Hi, I'm Darlene.
I'm Gene.
We're the Roaming Retirees, and today we're in beautiful Buenos Aires, Argentina, where we're going to be exploring different neighborhoods and architecture throughout the city.
So come along with us as we explore Buenos Aires. Yeah, so we've been here in Buenos Aires for about a week, and we decided to stay in the Recoleta neighborhood, which is one of the nicer neighborhoods in Buenos Aires. It's kind of known for its architecture. It kind of looks like Paris. But we stayed at the Arc?
It's the Deco Recoleta apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really nice.
Yeah, really nice. Had full amenities. They had a pool, had a hot tub, had
Massage.
saunas, massage.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, you could even book aromatherapy.
Yeah, you could get everything there, and it was really great.
And the location. I love the location.
Yeah, location was great. It was close. You could walk to pretty much everything that you wanted to see in that area was within walking distance.
We had just tons of restaurants all within just a couple blocks of us.
Yeah.
And we had, there was parks and there was sites, like historical sites and things to go see. So everything was just right there, like within blocks.
Yeah.
And we had no problems like getting around whatsoever.
No.
We found a couple groceries, like right next to our apartment, there was this tiny little grocery for emergency things, if you had to just run in and grab something.
Right.
But then we found a really nice, what do they call it, disco? And it was only, about 5 blocks?
Yeah, it was about that far, yeah.
And so...
But that was a full grocery store.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
So everything was convenient for us. We really, really liked this apartment and the location. So if you're gonna stay in the Recoleta neighborhood, we'll give you information about this apartment and I'll leave it down in the link below. And as far as where we're located, we had sights to see right behind our apartment. I mean, we walked around the corner.
Yeah, the Recoleta Cemetery was probably a block.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 blocks.
It was right around the corner.
And that was really amazing.
Oh, that was something to see. I mean, it sounds a little weird, right? That you're gonna go visit a cemetery, but this was a historical, full of like monuments and crypts and mausoleums and all kinds of big architecture.
Yeah, there's like 6,400 of them in that little block.
And when was that built? It was built in around 1822?
Yeah,
something
I think that's what they said.
Yeah, and it was just, it's filled with notable people from Argentina, presidents.
Generals.
Yeah, commanders and people of influence. And then Eva Perón, Evita.
Yeah, we saw her grave.
Yeah, we went to visit her grave. It's really cool. There is a price to get in.
Or 22,600 pesos.
So, and that's $16 US American dollars. So anyway, that is definitely worth a go visit. It's kind of well known and people, they have tour buses that take people there. So it's definitely worth the visit. But
even when the tour buses come in and they drop a lot of people, it really doesn't seem crowded.
No, it wasn't crowded. And so I enjoyed going through that.
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
It was just interesting. And then right next door to the Recoleta Cemetery was the Basilica of Our Lady of Pilar. That is a big,
beautiful church.
Yeah, big, beautiful church. And I think that one, they built it in 1731. And this church was beautiful. I mean, the architecture was just beautiful. They called it a colonial style exterior architecture. And then it had a Baroque interior, Baroque altarpieces on the interior. Yeah. It was gorgeous. And I think for us, because we like to go in and just sit and kind kind of take in the church.
Yeah.
This was one of those churches, you know.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It wasn't the fanciest one we've ever been in and did it, but there's just something about it. It was really nice.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, really beautiful.
And it's free. I mean, you know, to walk through, you have to be respectful. It did have, but anyways, I highly recommend going to visit that. And it was, because it was right next door, it was easy, right?
Yeah.
So.
It was really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we walked from there, we headed out of the church and we went down through the park. And they had the...
That's where they do, on the weekends, they do a street market there.
Yeah, they had their street market there.
It wasn't set up, I mean, it wasn't going when we were there because we were there on a weekday. But if you go there on a Saturday and a Sunday, it's a full market.
Yeah, they were just setting up. There was a few people there, but not
And that market goes every weekend. So it's there from 11 to 8 p.m. every weekend. So if you do get to visit and you love going to the market, all the artisans are there and they set up their little booths. So definitely would be worth a visit. We walked by there on the weekend, that following weekend.
Yeah.
But we didn't stop and look at anything. We're not shopping for anything. So we just kind of walked by. And then we went to that big colorful bridge. That was really beautiful.
Yeah.
And walked over the bridge and then went to the metal floral. What do they call that? The Floralis Generica. I had to look it up. And it is a piece of art that used to open and close with the sun. And then a big windstorm came.
Yeah, it's a big flower.
Yeah, a big flower. And a big windstorm came and broke it. And so it doesn't open and close anymore. Yeah. But it still was a beautiful piece of art.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed that. And while we were there, they had tango dancers. And so we got to actually see a little tango dancing while we were there.
Yeah.
And we weren't expecting that. And then right next door to that is the UBA, the University of Buenos Aires. It's the law building. And it was a beautiful piece of architecture.
Yeah.
That looked like something you'd see in DC or, you know.
Yeah, it had the big columns and everything.
Yeah, it was really pretty. And all of the, whatever that UDA or the UBA, sorry, I almost said UDA, that UBA campus that was there, that was, the whole area was just like a park. They had a park and then they had that floral sculpture and then, you know, the colored bridge. It was all in that area. So if you're gonna go in and take in that area, that's just a really nice walk, you know, just walking around.
Yeah. And from our hotel, all of that stuff is within half a mile radius to see all of it. So it's not hard to walk and go see that.
And then, oh, and also the other thing you could do is you could visit, if you're right there, you could visit the Recoleta National Museum of Fine Arts, because that was also there.
That was there. We got kind of a late start, so we didn't go.
Yeah, we didn't go to that, but that's okay. You know, we don't do every museum anyway, because museums, I feel like museums, to appreciate them, you have to go and really spend time. And sometimes if we're short on time, we just don't do the museum. You know, we'll pick and choose along our travels which museums we're gonna go to, so. Anyway, and then we also visited El Ateneo Grand Splendid bookstore. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, that thing was, it's an old theater.
Yeah, it was,
what do they call it?
The Grand Theater.
The Grand Theater, yeah.
And it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's got murals on the ceilings and pictures all over in there. And they turned the stage into like a little coffee shop, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah, and it was definitely, I would say, put that way up here at the go visit list.
Yeah.
Because the architecture of this theater, I think the theater was built originally in 1919, and just the architecture in there was beautiful. So sounds, again, it's a bookstore.
Yeah.
Kind of like the cemetery. You're visiting a cemetery, you're visiting a bookstore, but these are things that are definitely must-sees.
Yeah.
And then there's also all the restaurants that we visited. We went around and ate our way through Argentina, through Buenos Aires.
Well, at least through our neighborhood anyway.
Yeah, we actually, well, because we're kind of talking about Recoleta, we ate, we tried to eat someplace different, but there were so many places, and we'd go into one place and do little samplings, or we'd have a little snack or whatever, but there were so many good places. But there's one place that I think we can recommend, and
It's Cafe
La Biela.
Biela.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my Spanish is not very good.
That's okay.
I don't speak it and I don't read it either. So
Anyway, that's okay. So I think I know like 20 words of Spanish. So I mean, we totally are reliant on our translator here, Google Translate.
you just speak it better than
I just fake it. Anyway, so La Biela is kind of a famous cafe here in Recoleta. It had like a lot of nobility that visited this cafe, because this cafe is extremely old.
Yeah, it was built like in 1850, I think. It's been around since then.
Yeah,
And it's kind of a cultural landmark,
yeah,
isn't it?
it was declared a cultural landmark by the city. And so they've had like famous race car drivers, a lot of famous actors from Hollywood.
Dignitaries.
Dignitaries have come there. So it's a real famous little cafe, and it sits right around the corner from our apartment. And that cafe, they have great food. They have indoor or outdoor dining. As a matter of fact, we dined the first time. We ate there twice, and we dined the first time outside.
Yes.
And then the second time we opted for inside, because the first time I got stung.
You got bit by a bug.
Well, I got stung.
It was a mosquito bite.
No, it was beyond a mosquito. It was a sting. So anyway, we decided the second time we ate there to not eat outside. We decided to eat on the inside.
Play it safe.
Play it safe. So anyway, but that would be one place we would recommend going, just to try it, just to, basically say you ate there. So, and the food was great.
Food was really good.
Yeah, and the service was good. So anyway, then our next stop, we went to La Boca. Wow.
Yeah, La Boca is, what do they call that? Caminito Street?
Caminito Street, I think, yeah. And that was really cool. That was a cool little place.
Yeah, it has all the colors and the dancers and the market.
Well, that's where Tango, it said Tango originated from, was this La Boca area. This is an Italian immigrant area. And
yeah, it's more working class people.
And it is just the neatest, quirkiest little place. Some of the streets are painted. It's cobblestone streets, and it's right on the mouth of the Manzana River, and it's got the little harbor there, and it's got all these roads that are painted, like checkerboard colors, and bright colored buildings, and it's just a fun place to visit. And while we were there, we did stop, and we had a little snack and some cocktails.
Yes.
And we actually got to sit and watch a tango dance while we were enjoying our little snack and cocktails. So, anyway, and that place was really fun. And there were several little cafes like that where there was kind of tango going on.
Yeah, there was some out in the street. There was a few out where you could take pictures with the dancers and stuff like that.
But we ended up eating at the La Viejo Rotisseria. I don't know. I'm trying to probably killing the name, but that is where we ate. So we got the live tango, and some good little cocktails and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
anyway, and then if you want to visit, we recommend, the recommendation is visit during the day and not at night.
Yeah,
and
we were there.
stay in the
We were
tourist
there on the
areas.
weekend, and it was pretty busy, but not horrible. It's not so packed that you can't move around, but it was busy. But definitely recommend that you go see that.
Yeah, and they then the recommendation, when you read online, the recommendation is to stay in the tourist areas and not visit at night. So we're going to recommend that as well. So anyway, and then we went on, our next stop was Palermo. Now, Palermo was really another beautiful, I mean, every place we went to, it was just beautiful and unique. Each area was beautiful and unique. Palermo is divided into 3 districts: Chico, Soho, and Hollywood. And Hollywood is just what you think it is. It's movie theater, not theaters, but studios. Movie theaters, things to do with like Hollywood. So it had a lot of that going on there. The Chico district, that's upscale. That is like mansions, places of government offices, really, really nice buildings, nice architecture throughout, old historical, really beautiful. And then the place we went to there was the Soho district. Soho district, that is more known for cobblestone streets, designer boutiques, cafes, you know.
Yeah,
it's
the architecture in there. Very, what do you say? It's more, almost looks like France. Is that another one that looks like France?
Yeah, it's kind of European.
European.
And they have a polo place.
Polo grounds.
Polo grounds, yeah. And if they had polo going on, we would have been there.
Yeah.
Because him and I both love polo. And we, unfortunately, they didn't have anything happening while we were there, so we didn't get to go. But if you are in that area and you can look and find when there's a polo event, I would definitely recommend going. Then we also went in Palermo, we went to the Japanese gardens, right?
Yeah.
And this was one of the largest Japanese gardens outside of Japan. It was established in 1967, and they built that specifically to welcome Akihito and Prince Akihito and Princess Michiko when they went for a visit back in those 1967. And so there is an entry fee to get in there. It's 18,000 pesos.
Which is about what, $13?
$13 per person, and definitely worth it.
Yeah, we were just in Japan, and it really reminded us a lot of what it was like in Japan.
Yeah, it was very much.
Yeah, very well done.
Very well done.
Really nice.
And so that to us was, it was kind of almost like revisiting Japan when we were there.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, a little flashback for that.
And then we were also going to go to they had the butterfly museum and whatever. And this is the one day we didn't take an Uber and we walked all the way up there.
It was like 2.5 miles.
Yeah, we walked like 2.5 miles to get up there to go to the butterfly museum, and found out that the butterfly museum is closed on Mondays.
So we didn't get to see it.
It was Monday, so we couldn't go in. So I would recommend that you check the schedule and know when things are open and closed, because a lot of them are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, and
Us goofballs, we didn't.
yeah, we didn't check, and we did a lot of walking, but luckily the Japanese gardens were just around the corner from there, so it wasn't a total wasted effort.
That was disappointing though, because we could see the big botanical garden thing and the netting thing where the butterflies were, and we could see it through the fence and all that. But we couldn't go in and actually experience it, so that was kind of a bummer. But anyway, and then our next stop was San Telmo. We went to San Telmo and San Nicolas, and we did both of those in one day. And San Telmo was where we stopped and we had the really good lunch at that cute little Italian restaurant.
Yeah, was it La Populaire?
Yeah, La Populaire. Yep, and that was a fun little place to eat, and we would recommend that.
Yeah.
We had a great time there. We actually, we tried our best to use our Argentinian Spanish, and the people got a kick out of us.
Yeah, they appreciated us trying, or at least her anyway.
Yeah, we had a fun time there. That was actually a fun restaurant. We had a fun time there. Had a great little vibey atmosphere going on, and we kind of had fun with the waiters. And there was another waiter that came out. They gave us complimentary limoncello shots because I guess because they liked us and they wanted to thank us for visiting their restaurant.
Having fun.
Yeah, having fun. And so, anyway, La Populaire, we'll put a link to that one below too. I'll find that online and make sure it's linked below. Then, San Telmo is also known for being one of the oldest neighborhoods in Buenos Aires. So you're going to see a lot of historical buildings in San Telmo, a lot of cobblestone streets, just a beautiful neighborhood. Lots of balconies, the wrought iron balconies, and just really beautiful. And I don't think anywhere we went in Buenos Aires was not beautiful.
Yeah.
It was.
All of it has a lot of that same architecture, I think, as you go, that you kind of find it throughout the whole city, but it's more prevalent in some places than others. But
for sure. And then we went over to, in San Telmo, there's a little place called La Casa Minima, and it's the smallest little house. It's like 8 feet wide or 9 feet wide.
8 or 9 feet wide, yeah.
It's the tiniest little house.
You couldn't go in it or anything, but you could go look at it and do it.
Yep, I got a picture of it and that's it. We just walked by because it's like...
Yeah, it's occupied.
It's occupied.
So you can't go in and tour it.
But I guess if you want to stand there and look at it, you can.
Yes.
But it's, somebody is living in it. But it is the tiniest house. And then it's the smallest, narrowest house, they say, in Buenos Aires. And so, let's see, what else did we do? Oh, then we went over to San Nicolás. And San Nicolás, that, I have to say, was the most impressive with all the architecture. I think of all that we saw. Did you? Because that was like, that's where the big cathedral, Metropolitana Cathedral was. And just that cathedral right there was it for me.
Yeah.
That is where Pope Francis actually served before he went to Rome. So,
and became Pope.
Well, then he was in Rome for a while and then became Pope. But, it has a lot of, it's got a Pope Francis museum there, and it's got like all these little things about him throughout the cathedral. I'm saying cathedral because that's how it's pronounced here, but the cathedral. And it is throughout the cathedral. So the architecture.
Plus, I mean, you go into any of these churches here, and they're just so beautiful and so amazing. And you just walk through, and it's kind of hard to take it all in, and we just spent some time sitting in there and meditate.
That's what I like when I go into those churches.
Yeah.
They have that beautiful music playing.
Yeah, just kind of get a quick refresh and spend a few minutes.
Yep. And it's angelic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just sounds angelic when it's playing. I love it. But anyway, that cathedral was established in 1593. So that's how old that was. And then I think that they had to reconstruct it.
Yeah, in 1752 it says.
Yeah.
And then they didn't really finish the whole thing until the 19th century.
Yeah.
It doesn't say exactly when they got it done, but It was in the 19th century sometime.
And there again, it is a cathedral, so check the dress code because it's another church where it has the little signs that says no, no, no on the shorts and stuff, but they did let people in, but I think it's longer shorts as long as you had something down to the knee.
Yeah.
And so just check ahead. It's free to enter. It's free to, walk through it, but be respectful, quiet. They expect you to be quiet in there. They actually did have a little announcement at one time because there was a little group that came in and they were talking quite a bit and they made an announcement to please be quiet. So, be respectful when you go in, but it is worth the visit, worth it.
Yeah.
And then next door, well, not next door, but just right around the corner was that
Casa Rosa?
Casa Rosa.
Yeah.
And that was, Casa Rosada. Anyway, that was beautiful. It was pink, kind of pink in architecture.
Yeah.
And that's right there in the Plaza de Mayo as well. And that was, what is that? That's the president of Argentina's manor, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Or it's presidential palace, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. And that is kind of a famous because there's this big balcony on that, and evidently that's when Juan Perón and Eva Perón used to stand up on that balcony and they'd give speeches, and so it was kind of famous for that. But that was beautiful to see.
A lot of statues in that.
A lot of statues in that.
I don't know what you call
Plaza.
it. Plaza Square.
And so it's just the whole thing to me was just beautiful. The architecture here is, beyond.
Yeah.
So every place you go in Buenos Aires is just, it's gorgeous. I mean, there's no negatives I can say about it.
No.
So I loved every second that we spent. So other than that, I think the last place we visited was Puerto Madero.
Yeah. Puerto Madero was just, I think it's an old, what do they call that, canal, whatever it is, where the ships come in.
Yeah, the ships came in.
And do that.
It was a big port at one time for bringing in the ships from the sea. So
yeah, they had some tall ships there when we were there.
Yeah, that was beautiful too.
Yeah, and but there's tons of cafes and everything, and it's a great place to just relax and stroll along the water. And
yeah, we saved that for our last day just for that.
Just kind of take it in because you're not.
We were so busy for we were there 8 days.
It's just a good relaxing day just to go.
And we saved that waterfront for the last day.
Yeah.
And we needed a down day, and that was our down day. To just go and we strolled along the waterfront and we ate at a cafe. And we just kind of did the whole thing there. So anyway, we highly recommend visiting that area and preserving it.
And actually, it's not too far from
San Nicolas.
You could literally see that big pink building from down there at the waterfront.
Yeah, if you're in San Nicolas, you can walk to it. It's like several blocks, but you can walk to it.
Yeah.
And
like we said, pretty much everything there is within walking distance.
Well.
Yeah, we took an Uber to get there.
There were 3 miles here and 4 miles.
Once you get to the neighborhood, you can kind of walk.
Oh yeah.
To get around and do that and see most of the sites. It's not like they're real far apart.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do want to take an Uber.
Yeah, they have a hop-on-off bus too, that you can just go throughout the city, and we didn't do that, but the hop-on-off bus, we've heard from other people that it was very convenient. So, research that, check into that. We don't have information on it because we opted to not do that. We just Ubered. Our Ubers were literally $2 and $3, maybe $4, so we just felt like it was just easier to Uber. And sometimes we'd walk to a destination because it would only be 2 miles, and then we'd Uber back, so we did stuff like that. But we heard from people. We actually talked to people in the area, and And they said that the on-off bus was just really great and convenient. So
Yeah, because you could just go, you see something you want to see, you jump off, and then another bus comes, what, every half hour? I
yeah,
think
something
they
like
said?
that. So
And
it
so-
sounds like it's really convenient, you know,
Yeah, so
to
then
get around.
just hop on the next one and you're off to the next destination.
So anyway, but that was we spent 8 days in Buenos Aires and we loved every second of it.
Yeah, and I still feel like we missed a lot.
Yeah, we could easily go back. I would say 2 weeks would be okay, you know,
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's enough to keep yourself busy there, I'm sure.
we're on a 2-month run right now. And so it's pretty much everything we're doing is like a week at a time.
Yeah.
So anyway, then we just arrived last night as of this taping. We've just arrived in Uruguay. So we completed our week, our 8 days in Buenos Aires. We just got here to Uruguay. We will be making another video and putting it out in about another week or so. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And other than that, I think we don't have anything else to say about Buenos Aires except for it's great. We highly recommend it. And we hope you all get an opportunity to someday come visit because this was really a great surprise for us because we didn't really know that much about it.
Yeah.
So,
So follow along with us and give us a like.
and
give us a
subscribe.
share, and subscribe, share.
And we'll see you next time in Uruguay. Signing off. Adios.
Adios.
Bye.